Hey, what's up guys? It's another episode of What You Strappin. These are not watch reviews, it's just a quick wristwatch check of the day with a aftermarket strap pairing, just to show the pairing of a particular watch and strap, I guess. And these today I am back on the TAG Heuer Carrera Montreal. This is one of the 160th anniversary models. This is using the Montreal colors, one of their vintage chronograph pieces. They came in at least two variants as far as I'm aware. There's one I think that was in a black dial, and there's one that was kind of in a white dial, and this is basically follows that color scheme, but it is done on within the Carrera design language here, which I think is quite handsome. Really love the primary colors against a clean, stark white backdrop. Just a little bit of black text just with the Carrera Heuer logo there, and otherwise pretty darn clean. Yeah, and speaking of the primary colors, I would say the blue and yellow are probably the most prominent ones, and then there's hints of red, namely the Chronograph seconds hand, which you see running right now, as well as right on the inside track around the perimeter. The last, I guess, 3/4, 45 minutes, or I guess 45 seconds, however you want to take it, is in red, as you might be able to see there. And the first quarter, or 15 minutes or so, or 15 seconds, depending on how you look at it, is in blue. And yeah, I fairly recently got a couple of new straps for this watch. One was probably shown just prior to this one, was a black rally strap, perforated with white contrast stitching. Very classic. I don't think you can go wrong with that. And at the same time, I decided I wanted something to go with one of its accent color, which is red. And I saw this one, and this is also by Fluco, just as the last one. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the name, the model of this, what exact leather it is. I think it's still pigskin, but it will be in the description. I have to look at my emails to see exactly what I ordered. But yeah, it's a nice red with white contrast stitching. I'm very conscious to make sure that the stitching is preferably white. I don't want something that's kind of like more vintagey, where it might be like an ivory or cream, or, you know, some sort of off a warmer contrast color that isn't just a stark white, because this watch does have basically stark white colors. It doesn't have any photina in it whatsoever. It doesn't really have that aged look, although it is definitely heavily vintage inspired, but it's definitely also a very modern take, which I appreciate. And so yeah, I think from what I can tell visually, the red of the seconds hands matches the strap pretty darn well in terms of the tone, color temperature, whatever, of the red between the two. I think when you look from afar, yeah, I think it works. And yeah, this is fun. Just something for a splash of color, a little bit more intense. Again, did I say fun yet? Yeah, well, it's definitely fun, and it works. It's comfortable. These are well-made. I think they're pretty well-made straps from Germany. It's got a black painted sides, which you can see here. And the prices for these are generally pretty nice too, not too expensive, but I've never had any issues with the overall build quality of these. I think they're worth it. If anybody else has had experience with Fluco, chime in the comments. But I've definitely have quite a number of these, because I've been very satisfied with all the ones I've ever bought from them for the most part. I don't think I have any issues. So there we go. This is on my 7-inch wrist, or 6.9-inch wrist. This is 39 millimeters. I don't remember the case thickness, but it's actually not that much. And I've had some thick watches, like look back when I had my Zen 103, the Classic 12. Very nice watch. It does wear smaller than the 17 millimeter thickness might suggest. It really does, surprisingly well and comfortable. When you really put it out there and really check out the profile, yeah, you're gonna be able to pick up that it has a decent presence. That Zen 103 is just the way they made it. 200 meters water resistance, very robust, and that, you know, values-based movement. This is using a Calibre 02 or Calibre 2, and I think it's relatively thin. It's got a fairly tall box crystal, you can see, which takes up, and it's got a slight dome to it too. So that, I mean, visually, I believe, from what I can guesstimate, is about at least 2 millimeters, if not maybe at least 3 in height in the crystal alone. So the case profile is quite actually slim and thin for a automatic chronograph. You look at my Seiko that I used to have, the Prospects limited edition SPEC 005, if I recall the number correctly. Is it? Yeah. SPEC 005. Nice silver dial, kind of asymmetrical, but it's a black, black subdials. It's a panda, silver panda dial. Really cool. I really like that one a lot, actually, and it was quite good. But when I look at it from the profile, it always did seem a little bit tall and chunky, but actually it works a lot smaller than the 41 millimeters might suggest. Just the dial to the bezel and the case ratio, everything, they did a good job of making that overall looking fairly compact. It's only when you turn it to the side that on that Seiko that it starts, you can definitely see like a fairly sharp incline or slope up towards the crystal and the thickness of the watch. But overall it was pretty compact and actually not that bad. But anyways, I'm currently down to this as my only automatic chronograph, or not even a manual one anymore, which I have had in the past. And I really like this one. Just the colors really work for me, and the overall size and proportion, I think, on my wrist. It's a good looking piece. And I know a lot of people are happy with the fact that this does not say TAG on it for the most part. It says Heuer here. It's branded. Strap that it comes with also just says has a Heuer shield on it. It says it here, and I think only part, even on the movement, I think it just says Heuer as well. The only part that says TAG Heuer is on the rotor, which it says fine. I'm not really bothered by it, but I know some people are. There we go. So yeah, very complimentary. This definitely is a strap monster, despite having so many colors. I think they're well, placed, and the tone of them, and I don't know, it really works with a lot of things quite well, despite it being somewhat colorful watch. It's lively. I like it. It just pops, but not like, I don't think overly too much in your face. Yeah, it's just a good one. Anyways, these are supposed to be short, so I'm going to end it here before it reaches 10 minutes. So thanks for watching, and yeah, have fun with your watches. Later.